Welcome, Bear fans, and good day, Coyote fans. Or is it the other way around? Anyways, this is my Tilton flywheel that goes with my beautiful Tilton clutch, and it is torqued into place. How did I get here? Tune in and find out. Alright, I'm getting ready to do my Tilton flywheel. This is part 2 of the series. And here's my Tilton flywheel. Which, oh my goodness. First of all, very well done. The machining is amazing on these parts. It's made for a small block Ford, which uses a different M12 instead of M10 bolts like the Barra. Everybody runs into this with the Barra, by the way. I see different people trying to solve it different ways, but Tilton, for different, I don't want to reveal the platform, had issues like this. And I had these made special. I'll have a link to a couple of different solutions. If you run into this, you can message me. These help take up the slop between an M12 and an M10. Okay, so you don't want any slop for a whole host of reasons, because according to my engineering friend, those babies will just get sheared right off if there's any slop, and we don't want that. So these fit pretty snug, as you can see. Next problem is what to torque them to. I think I've decided to torque them to 70 psi, or pounds per inch, excuse me, not pounds per square inch. Because from talking to some people, I should be safe. Factory is 55, but I don't think the factory bolts are anywhere near as strong as these guys are. This is a factory bolt for reference. And that's an ARP, okay? Some seriously good steel. So it should be okay. Anyhow, we're going to torque them to that, and then basically the only other trick here is I'm going to torque 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to probably 30, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 70. Same order. In other words, can't really do like a roundabout, but I can come close. I just want them torqued evenly, and I want this thing as flat as possible, so I'm going to make sure this is nice and clean, and we should be good. Alright, and then I have to check the clearance on this flywheel with the clutch master cylinder. I don't know if you can see it, but we got about maybe 1/16 of an inch from the top of the surface here. Maybe with this cardboard it'll show better. I had something better that was flat. Nothing in sight anyway. This was actually not too bad. It's just black and you can't see. It's not touching. That's the important thing. So I think our clutch plate clears, but we'll find out. There's several different ways that my engineering friend has said I can do to test this. So we're going to do that before we end up finding out that the rivets on the back of the clutch plate get sheared. So let's start by mounting this flywheel and torquing those babies. Alright, that wasn't so bad other than me hacking my finger open. Nothing serious, just a small gash next to one of my nails, but of course it bled like crazy. And I guess it's just in keeping with the fact that I'm a klutz and no operation on my car building project can be complete without me injuring myself. So, rant aside, I went to 70 foot-pounds, no issues. It's a beautiful flywheel. It is, this inner radius here is ground to like exacting standards, because that thing sits very tight on that register, and very clearly it's smushed up against the crankshaft very nicely. And so we are kind of set to try out the clearance here. As previously stated, actually I can do it with this. You can kind of see it. It doesn't, those bolts, hope you can see it there, don't stick above this flat plane here, which is where the Tilton clutch bolts. There are no pins. Before I bolt my clutch up though, I'm going to consult my engineering friend, show him this video, and make sure that I've done this right. So shout out to Tilton Engineering. They have like incredible stuff. Anyways, that's where we're at. I'm going to stop here. So this is part 2 of the Tilton clutch series. Part 3 will actually bolt the clutch to the flywheel, and if it seems like I'm going 2 miles an hour when I could be going 50, so you all didn't have to wait so long for me to get stuff done, I am going 2 miles an hour, and I'm covering every single detail because clutches are not a comfort zone item for me. I have to date installed 0 clutches. Well, no, wait. I installed the clutch with the help of my great buddy Dean Smith across the street. In my 2000 Mustang, I put a center force clutch. Great clutch. Worked out great for many, many miles, and actually my Coyote swap used it for about 10,000 miles before I put a T56 in. So I have never really done solo anything clutch-wise because I could screw it up. You know, it's just not something I do every day. And figure the more documentation for y'all, the better. So those of you that are bored, sorry. Those of you that are tuned in, that are trying to figure things out, it's probably very helpful to you. So, to recap, factory spec, 55 PSI roughly. I think it was 54 and some change when I did the calculation from Newton meters to foot pounds. I decided to go to 70 because these are ARP fasteners. I believe the strength of the crankshaft is up to it. And I suspect I'm going to be making some mad power with this thing, and I just don't want my flywheel coming apart at, you know, some incredible horsepower rating. So, here we are. Flywheel's bolted in place. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.